My name's Archie Gibson and I am the Executive Director of Agrico UK Ltd, which is located north of Dundee in the Vale of Strathmore at a place called Castleton of Easy near Glamis. Agrico UK is part of a much bigger international group called Agrico BV, which is a Dutch-based farmers cooperative. Collectively, we supply in the order of 540,000 tonnes of seed potatoes, certified seed potatoes, to global markets annually. In the UK, we're one of the sort of bigger suppliers with a sort of reputation for producing varieties which have good resistances to known pests and diseases, which increasingly are important for consumer confidence around the reduced crop protection products and indeed consumer acceptability. We have full-time 13 employees and a further 8 that join us in the season, which is between sort of October and May. And one of the things we identified was that there is a reluctance by consumers and indeed people who are decision makers within industry and within the retail market to accept new varieties that come along with altogether better breeding behind them. You don't tend to eat just potato on its own, and when we understood from our glycemic index project with the KTP was that actually it's meal combinations that make up the total carbohydrate load. And what we felt was we needed to have something that was far more connected with reality, and we chose the home use test project, which we've been talking about for some years.
So that's basically involved packaging up potato samples and delivering them to consumers around Great Britain to prepare as part of a meal. We sent out 3 1 kilogram samples of each of the different potato varieties to the consumer. Then once the participants received the samples, prepared them as a meal, and they evaluated the varietal performance by answering questions in a digital survey. So we had sensory, we had textural questions, questions about appearance and flavour, along with other measurements like acceptability. So acceptability of the sample washed and unpeeled, acceptability of the cooked product, and the challenge now is to apply multivariate statistics to bring these elements together to build up a better picture of our varieties. First is how Agrico varieties perform against the benchmark, and the second, overall, we want to learn about the UK potato consumer.
Consumers change, their behaviour change, it doesn't stay consistent. So one of the problems with collecting consumer information is that it actually can be quite dated very quickly. One of the things that we're doing is we're collecting valid information for people using potatoes at home, taking pictures of the potatoes and collecting this huge amount of information from all around the British Isles, bringing it in and then analysing it to use it as a predictive tool.
I think with many industries, data science is becoming increasingly important, and if we can automate processes as much as possible, it saves a lot of work hours. I'd like to see in the future things to be scaled up and actually target European countries to see how potato opinions vary between different countries, and really just to try and get the ideal variety to a particular consumer group. I started working at Agrico about 13 years ago, where I was the KTP associate, and over the past 13 years the structure of the programme hasn't changed much, so we kind of knew what we're getting ourselves into with a KTP project. And also it's really valuable to have access to knowledge and expertise from the knowledge base, Abertay University.
The great thing about a KTP, there is lots of academic outputs. One of them, for me, is lots and lots of useful case history information that we can feed into our undergraduate and postgraduate programs. We've collected a lot of really good quality data, which is publishable. And so we're expecting to get 2 publications out of this project. And ultimately I get an opportunity to work with some really great people, and that's excellent, and it's real fun as well.
We have been very well served by Inshal Khan, our appointed associate. Inshal being a sort of tech person, data science person, brought us a dimension that we did not have the skill set for within the company.
We wanted Agrico to embrace the idea of having a digital scientist within the organisation. He really was our digital scientist, and he came into the project doing the programming, writing the code. We were at the unfortunate position that the Inshokar decided to leave with 6 months left in the project, and the great thing about the KTP scheme and the support that we got from KTP North of Scotland was we can actually employ someone who has the direct skills that we need to complete the project.
Dr. Kira Keating is going to be joining us in about 3 weeks' time to help us cross the line with this project and do the write-up. And we'll team her up with some master students which are working on the sort of, if you like, the visualization graphics side of things. So I think we're in a good place to make sure we cross the line in good order later in the year. I would highly recommend the KTP network to businesses, regardless of whether they're in manufacturing and processing, whether they're in primary production, whether they're in any field where there's a high degree of technical challenge. I do believe the KTP network can actually marry up companies and academia in a really effective way, and that's where talking to the KTP officers in the different regions is so important.
Knowledge Transfer Partnerships, or KTPs, are unique collaborations that drive innovation and create positive impact. Each KTP enables a forward-thinking business to partner with one of the UK's world-class knowledge bases. Together, they develop and deliver a strategic innovation project led by a talented graduate known as a KTP associate. At least 50% of eligible KTP costs are funded by Innovate UK.